I run this Faceless YouTube channel which generates $6,000 on YouTube and over $2,000 a month on Spotify, totaling $8,000 a month. And the entire reason that this all works is because of one thing: the packaging. Take your hands off the mouse right now, because if you're running a Faceless commentary channel just like this one right here and you're making under 8k a month or even under 5k a month, there is so much that you can learn from, and there is a system you can use to scale your channel right now that you are definitely underutilizing. Now, this packaging right here takes me 5 minutes to make every single time, from the title to the thumbnail to exactly how it relates to the hook of the video. Everything that you need to know about the packaging takes 5 minutes to make in total. And the way that I do this is using one system inside of Claude Cowork, which I've specifically built for commentary channels, which doesn't just apply to my Glider Guy channel, but it can apply to your channel, it can apply to your friends' channels. Anyone that runs a commentary channel can use this system, and what it does is, once you give it enough data about a particular video that you want to make, any video on this channel, for example, could be perfect. So if you're in the same niche as me, which is the Roblox, brain rot, AI slop reaction sort of channel, you can do the exact same thing. It gives you a full video brief, it gives you a full video script, and I'll let it load for a second so I can show you. It gives you an entire script based on the transcripts of your previous videos, so it knows exactly what I would say based on what's on the screen right now. It shows you what I can show on screen for the entire duration of the video, however long you want it to be. For mine, I've set it to be 8 minutes, yours can be 15 minutes, 20 minutes, however long your videos are, it can tailor it exactly to that. And then this is the craziest part, which we'll focus the most on today: this packaging document. This packaging document, I've never seen anything like this in commentary before, or just in YouTube in general. It gives you all of this, plus everything else that I've already shown you, the brief and the script, purely just with one single prompt. Takes about 3 minutes to load everything, and you have everything right here. So it gives you two different combos. It gives you a verdict combo and a curiosity gap packaging combo, And the difference between the two is pretty simple. So a verdict combo is essentially for your warm audience. So if you've already got an audience, which if you're watching this, I'm assuming you already do. I'm assuming you're making, let's call it $1,000 to $2,000 a month off of your commentary channel, maybe getting 100,000 to 500,000 views a month, and you really want to scale it to properly make you a full-time income. What you can do is use your warm audience, which you already have, because you're already making a few $1,000s a month, and you test this verdict combo in the A slot of your A/B packaging testing. And what you can do with the curiosity gap combo, which is more for cold and new traffic, which if you're making that much money a month, you want to get new viewers, obviously, so you can test this in the B slot. And the difference between the two: a verdict combo states a verdict. It states exactly what's going on in the video. So for this video, right, Roblox just killed the old Roblox. So it's a video, it's a drama video about, Roblox doing some stupid stuff and just basically killing the game. The verdict combo states that instantly. So it's given me 10 different ideas of titles that I can do. And by the way, just one thing with the packaging: always make sure your titles are under 50 characters. This is something I've learned from Mr. Beast, just studying a ton of his videos and a ton of his advice. Always make the title under 50 characters, because whenever you see it on YouTube, if it's over 50 characters, it ends up having like the ... at the end, and you literally just can't read the whole title. So you think about it from a viewer's perspective: if a title's over 50 characters and you can't see the whole title, well, it's like they don't even know what they're clicking on. They can't see the whole thing, if that makes sense. But what it does is it gives you 10 ideas here, and you can make it 20, you can make it 30, but for me, I just tell it to give me 10 different ideas for titles for a verdict combo. You can just go through, use your own intuition, and pick which one you think looks the best. And since you're looking at it from a viewer's perspective, you can instantly glance at these and see which one, picks out at you. Obviously, it'll give you a recommendation, but you don't have to pick it. You can pick whatever one you want. For the curiosity gap one, what it does is it withholds the conclusion. So it doesn't tell you exactly what's going on, it sort of teases at it, it hints at it. And the reason this is good for cold traffic, not necessarily warm traffic, is because your warm audience are going to click on something if you state exactly what's going on regardless. But a new viewer, if they already know what's going on just by the title, they already kind of know what the video is. They don't really need to click on it. Obviously, you can add a bit of curiosity in these verdict titles, but for the most part, you want to make sure that you're getting your new viewers to return by just stating exactly what's going on. That tends to work a lot for the Glider Guy channel or any more established channels. You'll see it a lot of times on huge channels like Moist Critical, and I'll show you an example. Moist Critical is a great example of someone who doesn't need any more new viewers. Basically if I were to go into this guy's analytics, obviously I don't have his channel analytics, but if I did, I would probably see that basically all of his views come from returning viewers. This James Charles video is a perfect example. James Charles Crash Out. It's stating exactly in the title what's going on. It's stating that James Charles is having a crash out, and there's nothing more to it. That works for Penguin Zero because his entire brand is that his personality just carries his whole audience, so he doesn't really need to clickbait that much. But even in terms of YouTube clickbait, this is great. I mean, it states it's a verdict combo, great for warm and returning audiences. And it's a complete outlier because some people who like Moist Critical's drama videos but might not like these like random UFO, like just random different videos, might not click on that. But they'll click on the James Charles one because it's interesting and obviously the thumbnail is great right here. But the title is a verdict one. So you don't always need a curiosity gap combo to get a cold audience, but it definitely helps. Like, I'd say test both of them, which is what I do every single video. See which one wins, and then once you've got a winner, whether it's the verdict or curiosity gap combo, test these different titles right here. So you don't just have to stop at the first test. You can keep going. You can test 2 more different titles, see which one wins, then test these two ones against the winner, and just keep going until you've got your valid winner. Now, in this packaging combo thing as well, what it does is it shows you, and this is a third combo that you can do as well, so this is just something that I specifically do for Glider Guy, is some of my videos, as you can see here, they have different styles of thumbnails. So this one right here just shows a character on the left, and then on the right, it's just got some text. Now, I have a few different styles of thumbnails that work. The main one that I think works is just like the single frame where I'm showing one subject, I'm showing one pose. So, for example, you know, they got their hands on their cheek or whatever, and then one facial expression. And this should line up to the title. So, the way that I do this is in this packaging document right here, it shows you 2 thumbnail briefs for both a verdict packaging title and a curiosity gap title. And what it does is it gives you a subject that you can use, so it tells you the subject, it gives you a pose, expression, and looking direction. And what you can do right here, and I'll show you this in action because this is genuinely insane how this works, all you have to do to make these thumbnails is go to ChatGPT, you go to wherever it says copy, so I'll go to, thumbnail A right here. So what I can do is I can copy this, go into ChatGPT, click paste. I have this string of text right here, which I copy into every single thumbnail brief. And what it does is say, take the thumbnail in photo 1 as reference, and then, you know, replace it with photo 2. Now, what photo 2 is just the best thumbnail that I have on my channel. So if you want to apply this directly to yourself, take the best thumbnail that you have on your channel. Maybe it's your best performing video. Maybe it's a thumbnail that you really thought you cooked on, you did well on. So take that right there and put it in slot 1. Now slot 2 of these photos in ChatGPT, and by the way, we're using a GPT-5 right here, so whenever you're watching this, just use the latest version. It's always getting better and better, but right now it's actually insane how good it is. In slot 2, what you do is you take the subject. Now the subject, it's saying, David Baszucki, Roblox CEO. Paste that into Google. Let's just find a photo of David. And what you want for the subject is make sure that the photo is the most front-on facing photo. So this one is perfect. This one will be a perfect photo. I copy that, chuck it in, and then once that's pasted, you can essentially just send prompt, give it like a minute, and it will give you a fully fledged thumbnail, basically ready to go. We'll do a couple of adjustments, but I'll show you exactly what this does. Okay, right here, it's taken our pose, expression, and looking direction, and it's given me a basically fully fledged thumbnail right here. The detail is incredible. GPT-5 is getting insanely good at taking instructions that you give it and taking context and turning it into some of the most incredible images I've ever seen. I mean, this just came completely from AI. So I'll show you an example of what you can do. So take this, chuck it into Photoshop. Sorry, this is the thumbnail I'm working on right now. I don't know why it's being a pain. Here we go. This is just the Ricky thumbnails, whatever. But anyway, you take it, chuck it into Photoshop, resize it to where it works well. And what I like to do for the resizing, this is very specific, but take the rulers on Photoshop, and you don't have to use Photoshop. You can use Canva, or you can even use like your Photos app. Like, this is the thing, you don't even have to use a computer to make these thumbnails anymore. Take the rulers or guides or whatever, and just center it completely on the Y-axis and the X-axis. And what I like to do is I like to have the eyes of the character be completely in the middle. So I like to have the eyes basically on this line right here. You can have it a little bit off, but what I've noticed is that whenever you're a viewer looking at a thumbnail, what is the most attractive thing? And by the way, my rule for my thumbnails is I always have a person or character in the thumbnail, like right in the center. What do you think is the most attractive? But like, we're thinking psychologically here. What is the most attractive part of a person's face? Their eyes. Because whenever you're looking at a person in real life, what do you look at? Their eyes. What are you looking at right now? You're probably looking at either my eyes or the eyes of this person right here. That's just like a psychological thing. You don't even think about it. That's just what we do as humans. So think about when you're looking directly in the middle of a thumbnail, because that's where viewers are most attracted to, having their eyes there just catches them off guard. It's just something, it's so in detail and so artistic, but trust me, it works so well. Have their eyes in the center of the screen. If you take nothing away from this video apart from that, that will instantly improve your, CTR or whatever. Just the rate that people click just goes up so much when you do that. Save that right there, chuck it onto wherever you want it, and I'll show you an example of the finished packaging right here using this website called Thumbs Up TV. This is a website. Sorry, my camera's gone. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, so take your thumbnail and chuck it into this Thumbs Up TV thing and grab your title, whatever that may be. So let's just pick a random one. So we used a verdict thumbnail right here. So let's just go, Roblox just did something unforgivable. And that right there, for a warm audience, if you're a Roblox news channel and you're seeing this right now, maybe the expression isn't perfect, but what you can do is, if I want this to be a little bit more exaggerated, because it's a decent expression, but if you're using a title like Roblox just did something unforgivable, you want David here to look a lot more evil than this. So let's go back. Make his expression far more exaggerated and evil. Not too much where it looks unnatural, though. So obviously, with thumbnails that are very AI, something that you need to make sure is that they don't look too AI. Now, thankfully, GPT and Claude, they're getting so much better at being able to make things look realistic and not look as AI. But right now, it's still kind of like, if you tell it to make an exaggerated expression, like if it gives you something like this and you don't like the look of it, you don't think it's exaggerated enough, it can, if you tell it to exaggerate it, just look way too unnatural. So one thing you got to make sure is just keep it in touch, right? Keep it in check. You don't need the expression to be crazy. You just need it to be good enough to where it looks kind of real, but it's not tame, right? That's basically how it is. So we'll see what it gives us right here, and then we'll test it again. Okay, this right here is already looking a lot better. So it's exaggerated the expression. It's making Bazooki look a whole lot more evil. Let's copy that in, resize it again. Takes genuinely 2 seconds. Save that, and we'll chuck it into our thumbs up and see what we're looking at. So that already just looks so much better, and obviously I went through that really quick. You can resize it and make it look a little bit prettier than that, but that right there is the thumbnail and title done right there. You can chuck that in slot A in your title and thumbnail testing, and then if you want to do a curiosity gap packaging comp, I'll do the other one as well, actually, because it genuinely doesn't take that much time at all. So the second one it's given us is a curiosity gap version, and David Bazooki again is the subject, so that makes it really easy. All we have to do is copy this in. So let's go to a new chat, copy this in, take our little string of text, which does the whole prompt for the thumbnail, chuck it in the top, get our first photo and our second photo, and that is all the input you need right there for the second thumbnail. Done right there. That'll take like a minute to do, and I'll get back once that's done. Okay, so it's done our second thumbnail right here, and already right off the bat, it's completely different. And for a cold audience, it thinks that this would be a lot better. So let's chuck this into our Photoshop. Again, do the exact same thing we did for the verdict one. Eyes are basically centered right there. And then what we can do, we chuck that in to our thumbs up TV. And then let's try, obviously we try a different title for this one. So let's go to the Curiosity Gap ones. Something is wrong with Roblox. That one stands out to me instantly. That's just a random one we can look at. Something is wrong with Roblox. It's a lot more vague, so obviously it's not telling you what's going on. The one that had the verdict combo that we just used stated the conclusion a lot more. So this is good for if you want something that's very bold, very out there, something that new viewers can look at and think, okay, what is wrong with Roblox? Like it plants a question in the viewer's mind. That right there is exactly what I do with my packaging. It takes basically no time at all, and it generates results like this, getting me 2.5 million views every single month. As you can see, this is what we did in April, $6,000 just on YouTube, 2.5 million views with long form content, and then also with Spotify, all I do is repurpose my YouTube content onto Spotify and it generates me an extra few $1,000s a month. All I have to do is use this one prompt. It gives me the video brief, the script, everything you need. That is exactly what I do for every single video. Now, at the time of recording this video right now, this Ricky channel that I'm running, if I can pull it up, it has 70 subscribers. I'm basically at the start of this channel right now. This is my first time doing like YouTube business. What I'm doing, as you can see in my YouTube bio, is I am using this system on a bunch of different commentary channels. The main purpose of why I'm doing this is I just want to get as many case studies and testimonials as I possibly can to eventually start charging for this, because this system that I'm using, I mean, you guys have seen the results. It's actually insane how well this stuff works and how well you can do it. What I'm doing is I am taking a bunch of people, so I'm taking 5 people to do completely for free. So I'm taking you on board completely for free, scaling your channel the exact way I do it on Glider Guy, getting you onto Spotify as well. And all I ask in return is that you give me a case study and testimonial. And then once I've got these 5 free people, once those spots fill up, they're never going to be free ever again. I'm going to start charging, and what I'm going to be charging is quite a bit because the system that I'm using works extremely well. Currently, as of recording right now, there are 2 more free case studies. The other day I made a video saying that there was 4 left, but 2 of them have been taken up. If you want a spot, they're going to run out so quickly, and I'm going to treat these 5 people as if they're my own children because I want to get you guys the best results I possibly can, so then it proves that I know what I'm doing. That's the only, to be totally honest and transparent, that's why I'm doing it. I want to be seen as someone who knows what they're doing. So comment down below right now. Because I'm not getting many views on this channel yet, I'll be able to see your comment. That definitely won't be the case soon. I'm telling you right now, these spots will fill up. I've never seen an offer like this before in the commentary space. So if you're an OG to this channel, you can get something for free and it will absolutely scale your channel. I'm already doing it for a few people. I've got 2 spots left. Comment down below and you might get lucky. If not, it will be paid, but it won't be full price for a while. Like, what I'm going to be doing is the first 5 people are going to be free. Then it will be 80% off for the next 5 people. Then for the next 5, it'll be 60%, 40%, 20% full price, and then it'll be going up even from there. So it's all about the supply and demand. Right now, I've got 3 free people. So if you want to be one of those people, again, comment below and I'll get back to you. But yeah,